Beloved child, I have brought you to this moment to awaken within you a new faith concerning provision. Because the months you have spent living under the weight of scarcity must not be allowed to determine your entire future. I have seen the times when you quietly calculated every expense, the nights when your body was weary, but your mind could not rest because you did not know how you would manage the following day. I know there are dreams you placed in a corner, not because you no longer desired them, but because you believed you did not possess sufficient resources to move forward. There were responsibilities you held so tightly that you forgot you also needed to be supported. Today, I have not come to give you a dazzling but empty promise. I have come to remind you that your present lack is not your name. The numbers before your eyes are not the final limit of your life. And difficult seasons have no authority to write the ending of the journey upon which I am leading you. I want you to stop viewing the future only through what is presently in your hands. Today's resources may be small, but the wisdom, perseverance, and abilities awakening within you can open the way to much greater things. Provision does not always come through an unexpected sum of money. Sometimes it appears as a timely idea, a suitable work opportunity, a person willing to guide you, or a door you previously lacked the confidence to approach. At times, I provide by preventing you from entering an agreement that appears attractive but conceals loss. At times, I rescue you from scarcity by teaching you to manage what you already possess with wisdom. There are also moments when I awaken a talent that has been sleeping for far too long, so that what you once undervalued becomes a source of blessing for you and for those around you. You have become accustomed to believing that every good thing must be purchased through labor that leaves you completely exhausted. Therefore, you do not permit yourself to rest. You are afraid to slow down, and you continually feel guilty because you believe you have not done enough. But prosperity is not built upon a life of constant panic. I do not want you to gain more money while losing your health, receive more opportunities while having no time left for your family, or achieve what others admire while becoming entirely empty within. The fullness into which I desire to lead you must be accompanied by order, peace, and purpose. It is a life in which you work with devotion without being controlled by fear, rest without condemning yourself, give generously without allowing your kindness to be exploited, and receive without always fearing that every good thing will soon be taken away. Therefore, before expanding what surrounds you, I am restoring the way you understand provision. Money is a tool, it is not your master. It can help you care for those you love, develop your abilities, build useful work, and support those who are struggling. But it cannot replace peace, sincere love, or the value I have placed within you. If you pursue wealth only to prove that you are worthy, you will never feel that you have enough. If you use success to conceal wounds that have not yet been healed, emptiness will remain regardless of how much you achieve. I am calling you into a life in which material resources serve a good purpose rather than transforming you into someone who is always afraid, comparing themselves with others, and constantly competing. I also know that you have made mistakes. Perhaps you trusted the wrong person, spent money because of emotion, delayed an important decision, or ignored warning signs because you wanted a quick result too badly. Certain choices caused you to pay a greater price and for a longer time than you expected. And whenever you remember them, you still blame yourself. But beloved child, a mistake becomes a prison only when you refuse to learn from it. I do not call you by the name of your failures. I see someone who is maturing, someone able to look back honestly and courageous enough to rebuild. Forgive yourself, but also accept responsibility. Do not hide the numbers that frighten you. Write them down. See reality clearly. And divide the road ahead into small and achievable steps. Clarity may feel uncomfortable at first, but it will free you from the vague anxiety that has followed you for far too long. You do not need to wait for a great miracle before you begin changing. Manage what is small with faithfulness. Distinguish what you genuinely need from what provides only temporary satisfaction. Stop shopping to cover your sadness. Stop lending because you fear being considered selfish. And do not agree to every proposal merely because you are desperate. When necessary, seek guidance from someone knowledgeable and trustworthy. Learn a new skill. Improve your present work. Or explore opportunities that possess a clear foundation. Do not despise a small step, a completed resume, a conversation you courageously begin, an expense you reduce, or a plan you faithfully maintain can become the first stone upon a new road. Opportunities will come, but you must remain alert. Not everything promising rapid profit is provision. Not every open door deserves to be entered. Be cautious of invitations that pressure you to decide in panic. Conceal important information or sacrifice upright principles. What is right may require courage, but it will not force you to exchange your dignity. My guidance will not lead you to deceive others for personal gain, nor will it pressure you to borrow without careful thought, merely to pursue a glamorous appearance. Verify the facts. Ask questions. Read carefully. And listen for peace. You do not need to rush through every door merely to prove that you have faith. Provision also arrives through relationships placed in the proper position. Someone may recognize an ability you have hidden. A brief conversation may lead you toward a new direction. A mentor may help you avoid many years of walking on the wrong road. But to recognize such connections, you must step out of isolation and stop believing that doing everything alone is the only sign of strength. When you need help, learn to speak. When you receive guidance, listen with humility. When an opportunity is offered, prepare carefully to receive it. I can send support through human hands, and you must not reject it merely because it does not appear in the miraculous form you once imagined. My child, what I desire to give you does not end with the payment of your bills or your escape from a difficult period. I want your life to be established upon a new foundation, one upon which you are no longer controlled by the fear of scarcity. I want you to possess the ability to build, cultivate, and give. As your life becomes more stable, you will know how to use what you have to create value, care for your family, and strengthen those who are passing through circumstances you once endured. Your difficult years taught you to understand the pain of those who lack. Therefore, when you possess more, do not allow your heart to become cold. Remember the moments when you longed for someone to extend a hand, and become that gentle hand for another person when you are able. You do not need to declare your readiness through actions displayed before a crowd. The strongest response is the way you choose to live from this day forward. Say that you are ready by no longer delaying. Say that you trust by acting responsibly. Say that you are entering a new season by closing the old roads that left you exhausted. Every wise decision is a confirmation. Every time you reject an unhealthy choice, you take another step toward freedom. Every day you faithfully perform what has been entrusted to you becomes part of your preparation for greater responsibility. I do not promise that you will never face another challenge, but I remind you that challenges no longer need to destroy you as they once did. You now possess greater understanding, experience, and discernment. Walk in faith without abandoning wisdom. Pray, but also make plans. Expect goodness, but continue constructing a firm foundation. Remain open to new paths without becoming impulsive. Lasting prosperity is nourished by faithfulness, discipline, integrity, and a pure purpose. Beloved child, you have not been abandoned. Amid the pressures of life, I am near, illuminating what you need to see, awakening the abilities you must develop, and leading the appropriate resources to you at the proper time. Difficult days did not destroy you. They are becoming lessons that will help you enter the future with steadier feet. Stop bowing your head before fear, and do not continue calling yourself by the name of scarcity. You are being taught to build, preserve, and give. Begin with what you possess. Do the next right thing, and remain patient with the process. Then you will realize that the greatest provision is not merely having more in your hands, but becoming someone peaceful, wise, and generous enough to use everything entrusted to you for a radiant purpose. Divine provision for you has never been measured only by money, because what the Father desires to accomplish is the restoration of your entire life to fullness, integrity, and peace. When His hand touches a person, He does not look only at the numbers in an account. He also sees the relationships that are fractured, the strength that has been depleted, the dreams that have been delayed, and the direction that anxiety has obscured. I want you to understand that true provision is not a temporary gift that helps you escape one difficult month before returning you to the same old cycle. It is the process through which the Father teaches you to build your life upon a wiser foundation, helping you recognize what must be healed, what must be rearranged, and what should no longer be carried forward. The years when you had to preserve every small amount, the moments when you faced immediate needs without knowing how you would manage, and the days when you nearly wanted to give up were not meaningless. Through them, you were trained to value, manage, and use rightly what would one day be placed in your hands. I know you have longed for a day when you no longer startle at every bill, lose sleep whenever an unexpected expense appears, or abandon good plans because of the fear that there will not be enough. The desire to live with stability is not shameful. Wanting to care for your family, pursue meaningful work, and possess enough capacity to help others is legitimate. Yet, abundance does not begin by chasing money, as though money could heal every empty place. It begins when you stop allowing fear to control your decisions. When your heart is restored to peace, you will see resources through different eyes. You will no longer spend to cover feelings of worthlessness, accept every opportunity because of panic, or drain yourself completely in order to prove that you deserve a good life. The Father can open opportunities, give wisdom, and bring the right people to you. But He also teaches you to plan, work faithfully, and remain patient with the process. Do not understand divine provision as a promise that every door will open automatically without your approaching it, or that every resource will appear without your learning and maturing. Grace does not remove responsibility. Grace gives you the strength to carry responsibility without being crushed by it. Some doors open only after you have prepared the necessary ability. Some opportunities come only when you dare to send the application. Begin the project. Ask for advice. Or correct the way you manage money. Some answers do not appear as unexpected cash, but through a new idea, an acquired skill, a trustworthy relationship, or the courage to leave a place that has suffocated your ability to grow. Sometimes the miracle is not that everything becomes easy, but that you receive enough light to know what your next step should be. When the new season opens, the first transformation may not appear in your circumstances, but in the way you confront them. In the past, one low number was enough to send your mind racing toward dark possibilities. You might remain awake throughout the night, calculating, blaming yourself, or imagining the worst. But as trust is restored, you will learn to stop, breathe slowly, and view the matter with clarity. Peace does not mean denying the bills that need to be paid. Peace enables you to address them without allowing fear to steal your ability to think wisely. You will learn to distinguish needs from desires, investment from impulse, and sincere generosity from giving merely to receive approval. This, too, is provision. You do not only receive more resources, but also greater maturity, so that those resources do not become a new burden. The Father also desires to provide for the areas money cannot touch. Perhaps you possess enough materially, but have no place where you can speak honestly. Perhaps you work continually, but no longer have enough strength to remain present with the people you love. Perhaps you have achieved what you once desired, yet still feel empty because you do not know where you are going. The fullness He desires to give includes relationships built upon respect, a body cared for through rest and discipline, a mind no longer continually threatened by the past, and a purpose that enables you to awaken each day with meaning. Not every relationship will be preserved, but you will be taught to love without losing yourself. Not every pain will disappear immediately, but you will receive strength, support, and wisdom to move through it in a healthier way. Remember Joseph, who was viewed according to the status of someone sold into slavery and a prisoner without a voice. Those around him saw only his present circumstances. But the Father saw a capacity for leadership being formed during hidden years. Joseph did not move from the pit to leadership through a single moment of good fortune. He learned to remain faithful in small things, preserve integrity while being treated unjustly, and use his gift even in a place where no one believed there was a future. When the proper time came, he did not merely receive a better position. He was placed where his refined ability could protect many people from famine. Therefore, do not despise the season of preparation. What you are learning today may become the very instrument that enables you to carry tomorrow's expansion. The world often labels people according to the difficulties they are presently enduring. If you have been in debt, some may consider you a failure. If you have lost a job, they may believe you lack ability. If one of your plans collapsed, certain people may assume that your future has also closed. But I do not see you through a temporary season. I see your ability to learn again, rise again, and create something new with the lessons for which you paid a great price. Financial mistakes must be acknowledged, but they are not your permanent name. An unwise choice may leave consequences. Yet those consequences can still be addressed step by step through honesty, discipline, and appropriate support. Provision does not remove every consequence. It assures you that you do not need to face the process of restoration alone. What is entrusted to you is not given only for your personal comfort. When you are lifted, you will have the opportunity to lift others. When you possess enough, you can create work, care for your family, assist those who are struggling, or contribute to building things that bring lasting benefit. But to become a healthy stream, you must learn to give without seeking attention and receive without pride. Do not treat wealth as evidence that one person is loved more, nor view scarcity as proof that another has been rejected. Your value does not increase when your account becomes full, nor does it decrease when you are passing through a difficult period. Resources are only tools. What matters is the heart, wisdom, and purpose guiding the way you use them. Therefore, rather than searching for a special number to guarantee that blessing will find you, offer a genuine response through your way of life. Sincere agreement is not found in a hurried comment, but can be seen when you revise your budget, repay a debt you previously avoided, learn another skill, ask for help when it is needed, and stop comparing your journey with someone else's. Faith is not a magnet that forces gifts to appear. Faith is the strength that helps you continue walking faithfully while the result remains unclear. You may declare that you are ready, but allow that declaration to be accompanied by a specific choice. Set aside one portion to save, one portion to fulfill your responsibilities, and another portion to sow goodness. Do not use what you do not yet possess to impress anyone. I am reminding you that the Father has seen every one of your needs, but He also sees the person you must become in order to carry fullness without losing peace. Stop imagining that you must work until you collapse in order to deserve provision. Work diligently, but also learn to rest. Trust, but continue testing your decisions through understanding. Be generous, but do not neglect your own responsibilities. The appropriate door may open, good people may appear, and a new road may gradually become clear. But your part is to walk with honesty. I do not promise that every day from this point onward will be free from scarcity or challenge. I promise to remind you that difficulty has no authority to define your destination, and that you no longer need to allow anxiety to control your heart. Receive peace. Use wisely what you currently possess, and prepare faithfully for what will come. Genuine provision begins when you know you are loved, even before your circumstances change. And from that foundation, you build a full life that becomes a blessing to many others. The silence you have given me may appear harmless, but it is gradually creating a distance that can lead you away from the path prepared for you. I know your life has become excessively noisy. Responsibilities crowd every day, while calls from family, work, and countless expectations rarely allow your mind to become still. Some people continually approach you for help. Certain circumstances drain your strength, and some worries cling to your heart from morning until night. Therefore, you often tell yourself that when everything becomes calmer, you will make time to speak with me. After completing one more task, you will return when you feel better. You will pray, but day after day. Later has become a place you never truly reach. I hear that emptiness more clearly than all your explanations. Not because I want to condemn you, but because I know what you are losing when you no longer seek my guidance. Today, my call is no longer merely a passing reminder that can disappear among other sounds. I am calling you with the seriousness of one who sees the road you cannot yet see. I do not desire to frighten you, but neither will I minimize something that is affecting your future. When you do not make time to listen, other voices will compete to direct you. Fear will tell you to withdraw. Wounds will push you to react. Pressure will make you choose what is fastest rather than what is right. The opinions of others will become your compass, while inner peace becomes increasingly hidden. This is why I call you back. It is not because I need your attention in order to become greater, but because you need light so that you do not make important decisions while unable to see clearly. You have been entrusted with a portion unlike anyone else's. This does not make you greater than the person beside you, but it does mean that your life carries a unique responsibility. Some people will be strengthened by your obedience. Certain households will be transformed by your choices. And some roads will open only when you are courageous enough to follow the genuine call. For this reason, your drifting does not affect you alone. Every time you know what must be done, but continue delaying, a small fracture appears in your concentration. Every time you replace stillness with noise, that fracture grows wider. The enemy does not necessarily need to push you into one great fall. It only needs to keep you so busy that you no longer recognize where you are going. It does not need to make you renounce me through a declaration. It only needs to cause you continually to say that tomorrow you will return. Remember Jonah. He did not flee because he had no idea what he was called to do. He ran because the assignment made him reluctant, uncomfortable, and unwilling to face what had been entrusted to him. He boarded a ship traveling in the opposite direction, believing that enough distance would silence the call. But chaos arose around him, not to destroy him, but to stop the journey that was carrying him farther from his purpose. The storm forced him to look directly at what he had been avoiding. You must also discern the disturbances occurring within your life. Not every difficulty is punishment, and not every closed door was created by the enemy. Some resistance appears because I do not want you to move farther in the wrong direction. Some things fall apart so that you will stop clinging to what is pulling you away from peace. Certain plans fail not because you have been abandoned, but because they cannot take you where you truly need to go. You have tried to control many storms by yourself. You rearranged your schedule, changed your strategy, sought more advice, and poured out additional effort. Yet, disorder continued, returning. Perhaps the problem is not that you have failed to try hard enough, but that you are attempting to maintain control over what must be returned to me. Some storms do not come so that you can prove your endurance. They come so that you will stop running. Remove your hands from the wheel and honestly ask, where am I moving in the wrong direction? Surrender is not abandoning your life or avoiding responsibility. It is the moment when you stop forcing everything to happen according to your wishes and allow higher wisdom to correct your course. When you surrender, you do not become weak. You are released from the burden of believing that you must know everything, do everything, and repair everything by yourself. I never left you during the months when you remained silent. I approached you through the uneasiness you felt whenever you were about to choose something unsuitable. through the unexpected peace that came when you stood before the right direction, and through doors that continually closed, even though you tried every possible way to open them. I also spoke through people who left your life, because sometimes their departure revealed what you had refused to see. I spoke through a job that did not succeed, a plan that was delayed, or a relationship that caused you to reconsider your boundaries. Do not call all of these things punishment. I do not pursue you to cause pain. I pursue you so that you will not lose yourself. Yet you must understand that delay always leaves consequences. A right decision carried out too late may no longer produce the same result it would have created at the beginning. Timing is not a small detail, because some doors open only during a particular season. Look at Saul, a man who was given leadership and possessed many things others desired. But gradually, he began placing his own reasoning above the guidance he had received. He did not entirely abandon sacred rituals. On the contrary, he attempted to use them to cover his lack of obedience. Outwardly, he continued performing actions that appeared right, but his heart was no longer truly listening. This is the warning I want you to receive. You can remain busy with good work, appear in the right places, speak beautiful words, and still avoid what I am genuinely asking of you. You may help many people while refusing to face your own wounds. You may spend time serving without setting aside a quiet space in which to hear my voice. You may call a crowded schedule devotion when, deep within, it is merely a way of avoiding difficult questions. I am not persuaded by outward busyness when your attention remains divided. What I seek is not a perfect performance, but a heart capable of stopping and saying, I am listening. You may not need to begin immediately with a long hour of prayer. Start with several honest minutes each day. Put down your phone, close out the noise, and allow your mind to become quiet. Do not bring only requests, bring the truth as well. Speak to me about what you fear, what angers you, what you do not understand, and even what you do not want to do. Your honesty does not offend me. Only through honesty can you hear clear guidance rather than merely repeating the answers you have already prepared for yourself. You have not gone too far to return. Your delays have not erased your value, and your former silence has not locked today's door. But you must not continue using mercy as a reason to postpone. I am gentle with your weakness, yet I love you enough to remind you that a choice repeatedly ignored can become a habit, and that habit can eventually become a direction. Today, you can still stop. You can still adjust your course. You can still release what has numbed your mind and reclaim space for the call within you. Do not wait until every circumstance becomes favorable, because stillness does not appear on its own. You must intentionally protect it. Therefore, my child, return to conversation with me. Do so not because disaster is waiting to punish you if you delay for another minute, but because you were not created to walk without guidance. Stop treating prayer as the final task to perform after everything else has been resolved. Let it become the place where you begin, where your choices receive clarity, and where your strength is restored. When you listen, I will show you what must be preserved and what must be released, who needs to draw near and where distance must be established, which door must be entered and which direction must be abandoned. You do not need to live in fear that you have missed everything. Respond today with your full attention. The call is still sounding. You still have time to return. And I am still standing here, not with a condemning hand, but with enough light to lead you out of drifting and back to the road of peace.